San Francisco 49ers on the road at Tampa Bay. So they will be flying across the country, taking on Baker Mayfield and company. Bucs going to be 3-point favorites there in that one as we sit right now. 47.5 is our total. I will say I'm curious as to what happens with this one when everything becomes officially official. But as we were recording here, Noops, it comes through. Chris Godwin unlikely to play for Tampa Bay. We know Mike Evans won't be back this week either, so it could just be the Emeka Egbuka show going on down there in Tampa. This might be a prop opportunity. If it's not Egbuka, maybe it's Cade Otton, maybe it's some sort of something like that to fill that gap. And then there's just a ton of injuries still on the San Francisco side. Ricky Pearsall doesn't look like he's going to be back. We don't know about Jennings. We don't know who's even going to be playing quarterback. It's just a very, very weird game.
It's the strangest part about the 49ers is I feel like Kyle Shanahan's having more fun this season than he's had in a long time. Just more of a challenge for him to figure out how to take whoever's playing every week and find a way, to squeeze juice out of the turnip, if you will. I thought their performance against the Rams last week was great. I mean, they came out, controlled that game basically all the way through 4 quarters there. They come in this week, extra rest. That always helps. Played on Thursday last week, so about 2-3 more days of rest. But again, going west to east, we know how tough that is. A little less difficult because this is a later game as opposed to an early game. So, they're going to be playing at a time their bodies are generally used to. At the same time, I look at this Tampa Bay team. I am so impressed with the way that this team is able to problem solve, has been able to work through all the injuries so far to continue to win games. I wonder how good the Buccaneers are going to be when they're healthy. I mean, if Mike Evans comes back, once they start getting some of these linemen back, they get Bucky Irving back. I mean, this could be the best team in the NFC. We'll see once they're finally healthy here. And this is a game where, we don't talk a lot about correlation, but I think this is a spot where if the 49ers are going to win and cover this game, it is going to be an ugly, low-scoring game. If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win and cover this game, it's going to be with a lot of points and things like that. So I think this is an opportunity where you take a look, and if you like the Buccaneers, play some Buccaneers, play some over. Maybe even put the two together in a teaser. And I know teasing total is not always the best thing to do, but given the style of play here and the way I just – more and more as I look at these games, as I run them through my numbers and my models here, it's Buccaneers in the over, it's 49ers in the under. If I had to pick one of those two, lean towards the 49ers in the under. I just think, again, San Francisco here, it's so tough to power rate them with all the injuries and the Kyle Shanahan's ability to just continue to find a way to put together offensive game plans that work here. So lean towards the under, and the 49ers would put those two together. But I think this might be the most fascinating game of the week.
I like what you said because it gives me it's a perfect segue into how I did play the Tampa Bay Bucs, and I'm going to take some futures out on the Tampa Bay Bucs because if you look, the step number one is just to make the playoffs and get in the tournament and see what happens from there. Unless something just crazy haywire happens, the Bucs are going to win that division. So you're getting a team right now that you are pretty likely is going to win their division. So they are pretty damn likely to be in the playoffs. And we can say that even here in week number 6, they're finding ways to win games, even all banged up. And like you said, assuming health a little bit later in the season, this could be one of the best teams in the NFL. So I'm getting a team that is going to win a division at 25-1, to win the Super Bowl. I'm getting a team that is probably the worst version of itself today and still finding ways to be very competitive and win games. And I'm assuming that they're going to be a better version of themselves by the time that all of this ticket manifests and comes to fruition here. So I played some futures on Tampa. They're going to be in the tournament. And so that's step one. Step one, be in the tournament. Step two, I can't control, which is, hey, I need the injuries to work out for them. But hell, Noops, when we're betting futures, we're always rolling the dice on what injuries are going to look like come, playoff time and Super Bowl time and all of that. So I'm going to assume they get healthier. I think the price is too long on a team that is very, very, very likely to win the division and get into the playoffs.
I love that. And I'll have another one here for you to add into your portfolio. Our friends at Caesars are offering the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to be the #1 seed in the NFC at 5-1. They've already beaten the Eagles, Matt. They
Mm.
host the 49ers this week. That's the other team that is competing with them for the 1 seed, and then go to Detroit the following week. If they can win these next two
Mm.
games, that gives them head-to-head tiebreakers over the other three teams that really have a chance of being #1 here, as well as slapping a loss on all of them, turning them into 2-loss teams, which gives them only 1 loss. And again, what effectively would be a 1.5 game lead over everybody. I would consider adding that a little bit. I love the way you're thinking. There is just nothing but upside in Tampa Bay this season.